these guys are training guys. My 3 assistant managers are going to be running offices in less than 3 months, so you got to learn how to do all this stuff. Okay, so recommendations. Recommendations are really easy. Okay, it's just a matter of first of all, how much do recommendations cost? Nothing. Okay, when somebody gives you a recommendation, are they obligating that person to buy something from you? No. Okay, are they obligating the person even to set up an appointment? No. All they're saying is this person might be interested in taking a look. Okay, like that's all. There you go. So they might be interested in taking a look. So that's all they're doing. So it's just a matter of asking the proper way. Now, actually, to teach you recommendations, I actually need a couple of things. I actually need one of these cool graphing calculators. Let me grab one of them. Calculator. All right, cool. I need a blue pen, not black. Blue pen. I've got 2 of your ones. I need somebody has to have an actual recommendation notebook. Who's using it? That one you're using?
Yeah.
Get that. Okay. And I need a training manual, one of your training manuals. And I need a purse or a wallet, one or the other.
Wallet.
Purse or a wallet, either one. Cool, thank you. All right, now how do I get this stuff? I asked for it. See how easy it was? Okay, you just ask for stuff. It's really simple. Okay. So by the way, if I would have said, "Hey, can I maybe let me just take a look in your wallet real quick," what would you have said?
For what?
No, yeah, for why? Okay, we had questions. But I said, hey, I need a wallet. Like half you were like, yeah, I got it here. Okay, like if I would have told you, hey, I'm going to tell you how to get people's wallets, you'd be like, no way. Okay, and easy. Okay, I got a nice $300 calculator here. I got a nice book. Okay, so it's really simple. When you ask for things the proper way, you get it. Okay, if you ask for things the wrong way, you don't get stuff. Okay, so it's really simple. Just ask the proper way. So when reps tell me, when I say, oh, did you do this? And they go, yeah, I did it. I go, no, you didn't. Because if you would have done it the right way, then you would have got what you wanted. Okay, if you ask the wrong way, hey, can I maybe possibly take a look at your wallet? Okay, hey, I need your wallet. Oh, here you go. Okay, so it's all about how you ask, all right? So you have to ask the proper way. When you ask the proper way, you get what you want. If you ask the wrong way, you don't get what you want. All right, so so Usman, you're gonna be my customer. Okay, so I'm gonna get recommendations from you. All right, so I want you to just be normal. We did the demo. Okay, so we're doing the presentation. You decided not to get the homemaker. Okay, so I did the demo. I said, so would you like to go get the homemaker, get the kitchen tools, or shares for free? Usman was like, well, I like it, but a little bit too much right now, a little out of my price range. All right, can you wait after tax season? I was like, yeah, sure, Usman, I'd be happy to call you back after tax season. However, a lot of people will use, I don't think you have to pay this in full. A lot of people will use one of our 2, 3, or 5 month investment plans. There's no interest involved with them. You can actually get the homemaker for only $224 a month over 5 months with no interest, or you can do the basic one. It's only $180 a month. Would that make it easier for you? Usman says, I mean, it would, but I don't really think I need all those knives, and I don't really cook as much. Okay, well, Usman, that's fine. Well, we do have a lot of smaller sets that most people like. Would you like me to show you maybe some other options before I leave? Okay. All right. So seriously, I'm just practicing dropping down with you guys. All right. So when they say stuff, it doesn't mean you just jump in the bag and leave. You work with them. Okay. So I go, okay. So Usman, here's our galley set. This is really good. It takes out the big butcher knife, the carving knife, and the carving fork. It drops the price like $200. Here's what it comes with. I don't have it memorized, but blah 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 blah. Okay. You can get this one for $720 or $165 a month, or you can get the basic one, $556 or less. So which would be better for you? Well, I don't know. I really just do very basic cooking. I don't really need all this stuff. Okay, well, we have some other starter sets here. Here's a studio set. This one comes with a spatula spreader, a petite carver, a trimmer, and a paring knife. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, like that's all I need. Okay, how much is that? That one you can get for less than $80 a month. It's only $77 a month. Oh, okay, I can pull that. So see how that works? All right. So that's what it should be like. So now, so I go, great. Okay, let me write up your orders, Mom. Okay. Let me actually get your book, so I kind of look the hand to you. All right. So Usman. So as I write up your order, there's one more very important part. Here's where you can really help me out. See, I get paid every time I show cooking to people, but I can only show people I've been personally recommended to. So what I need you to do while I'm cleaning up and writing up your order is to jot down 15 to 20 people who who you think would be nice enough to talk to me on the phone about my program. Now, I don't need people who are going to buy. I know you're going to try to think of people who are going to buy stuff from me. I don't care if they buy. I just need people who are nice enough to talk to me on the phone for a minute. So by the way, so here's my book. Here's my pen. Okay, write down as many as you can, but at least get to 10 because 10 gives me a point towards a $200 bonus that I'm trying to win that I can get from the company. So at least get to 10. And thank you so much, and I'll write up your order. That's it. Okay, so now, why does Uzman have my purple marker in that book?
Oscar.
I don't really want him to write. He's not really writing anything. Why does he have it though?
Gave it to him.
Because I gave it to him. Okay, so here, give it back. See, see that's how it goes. If I would have went like this, give me the book again too. If I would have went, so who's won? Here's my book. Here's my marker. What would he have done? Exactly what he's doing. Okay, he would have looked at it. Okay, but since I handed it to him, see, he takes it. All right. So when you hand things to people, they take it. If you put it on the table, it'll go like this. They're just going to look at it and I ain't doing nothing, all right? So you hand it to them, all right? It's about confidence, all right? So very important. So what I just said, by the way, if you're like, wow, that sounded good. There you go. Okay, so it's another piece of paper with exactly what I'm telling you. All right, so on the top of this paper, this is the last thing you got to memorize. This is step 1. So on the top of this paper, you'll see what it says. It says, there's one more very important part here, so you can really help me out. I get paid every time I show crack to people, but I know I show people I personally recommend it to, so what I usually do while I'm cleaning up is jot down 10 to 15 people I know that'd be nice to talk to me on the phone. Not necessarily people are going to buy, just people nice to talk to me about my program. Here's my pen and paper. Write down as many as you can. At least 10 gives me points for my $200 bonus. Smile and clean up. Okay, so great, all right? So memorize it, all right? So really important. For those of you, especially some of you are like, oh, I don't have a lot of people to see. Well, then you better learn this recommendation approach. By the way, when I started working with this company, I was in New Jersey. All my family lived in New York, okay, at Long Island. I was not driving home to Long Island every time I would do appointments. Now, my first weekend, I did go home, and some of our representatives do, like Susanna, who's from Maryland. She's home this weekend so she can do a lot of appointments. But when I was in Jersey, I was like, I'm not going to go home every weekend to do this job. And my boss, I went to my boss, I said, you know, I was like you guys when I was new. I go, what if I don't have anybody to see? He's like, don't ask me what if questions. I'm like, well, how can I if I don't have people to see? Okay? And he's like, well, now my boss is a little bit more tough than I am on you guys. He's like, well, you have to learn your approach. He's like, what do you have to see? I'm like, I only have like, I don't have anybody to see here. I'm in college. All my friends are college students. All of them, we all live in dorms. I don't have anybody to see. He's like, nobody? I'm like, no one. He's like, so no, there's not one person in New Jersey, you know. He's like, no. He's like, I'll bet you, I'll take out $100 right now if you come up with one person. If you don't, you owe me 100, and if I can come up with one person that you know, you're going to give me 100. You want to take that bet? I'm like, no. Okay, so he's like, all right, well, he's like, what else do you do? He's like, don't you play football? I'm like, yes. He's like, is your coach a kid? I'm like, no. He's like, does your coach live in New Jersey? I'm like, yeah. How about your coach? Okay, there's one. He's like, do you just have one coach or do you have lots of coaches? I'm like, I have a couple of coaches. There's more, okay, that are not kids, okay? And he's like, okay, do you have any professors? I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, do you know any of them? I'm like, not really. He's like, do you know any of them? I'm like, yes. Do they eat? I'm like, yes. He's like, you can do a demo for them, okay? And so I came up with 3 people. I saw my head coach, I saw my position coach, and I came up with one of my professors who I was kind of close with. Okay, those were my first 3 demos in Jersey. Now after that, I was like, well, he's like, what if I don't get any recommendations from them? He's like, I don't listen to what if questions. Okay, and I was like, he's like, it's very simple. You have 3 options, Matt. Okay, option A is you take the job and you keep going home to Long Island all the time and not get any recommendations, and that's your job. Option B is you learn this approach and get recommendations from those 3 people. Option C is you don't work here. Okay, which option would you like? I was like, I'll learn the recommendation approach. He's like, good. So before you leave, go sit in that corner and learn this recommendation approach. And I was like, oh, okay. And I sat there for like 2 minutes. I was like, I got it. He was like, go ahead, start. I said, well, he's like, doesn't start with well, okay? It starts with now, okay? So start again and learn it, okay? And he made me sit there and I learned the recommendation approach. And when I saw my head coach, I got 6 recommendations. When I saw my position coach, I got 7. And when I saw my professor, I got 3. And I had 16 people from there. And from there, I worked in Jersey for 2 years. All right, so we have hundreds of examples of that happening. So, but if you don't learn the approach and you don't learn the recommendation approach and you waste the couple that you have, that's not good. Okay, so the point is that get good at learning this approach and memorize this. So on the top of this page, right, memorize.